My experience here is I've got eyes on target, as they say. I've been hearing about it from my people that got to go to Global Medic, and so now I see why. Because without seeing this, you don't really get a full appreciation of how valuable it is and the experience that our airmen gain from working with Army, working in these kind of conditions, working with real airplanes, real helicopters. You can't duplicate that at home station all the time.
The Global Medic Warex exercise is going to have 5,900 people trained during the course of this 3-week period. That's a combined Army, Air Force, Navy Reserve, and we're going to have equally as many, if not more, at the exercise at McCoy.
Move up the turning flank, take him on up there on the top. Move, move, move! Move up first, come down here!
Cover fire at the side!
Take your water,
Cover fire!
I'll cover you, go, go, go!
Cover fire!
Global Medic is the Air Force Reserve Command's premier training platform for all operational reserve forces. In addition to air medical evacuation, there are several other Air Force Reserve Command assets at play. Crash fire rescue, logistics readiness, chaplains, combat camera. The goal is for the Air Force Reserve Command to provide more realistic, real-world exercise scenarios.
Global Medic is an outstanding opportunity for all AFRC components to come together and learn what it's like to be in an austere location, open up a base from bare bones. And when I talk about bare bones, I'm talking about just a dirt runway and nothing else, and build it up from nothing. I'm here representing the logistical readiness portion of the whole operation. I'm actually from an aerial port squadron, but Global Medic has given me and my team the opportunity to see the overall LRS picture where, normally we're kind of compartmentalized into the aerial port. In this operation, we're able to see the entire LRS operation, which has really opened the eyes and created a great opportunity for my team of aerial porters. All of the challenges that we had to face while we were here are all the exact same challenges that I faced in the AOR every time that I've been there.
Global Medic is the greatest lab practical for chaplains. You get the opportunity to do real-world ministry. I mean, people in crisis, from suicides to death in the family, to the stress of an exercise and how it plays out on a person's heart and mind. You help that person settle down and get focused back on the mission and move forward. So as a chaplain, this allows us to get in and do the things that we don't normally get to do during our reserve time.
Everyone a little bit out of their comfort zone, because that's good training.
I'm a crew chief, and I'm also a standardization instructor for the crew chiefs.
For these points right here, if you hit with your axe, are made to break in and break away.
Today I was training the firefighters to emergency engine shutdown, egress procedures of disabled packs, and entry and exit of the helicopter. Training instructor, we see all these different places and locations, and basically I just love flying, love being up in the air.
This aspect of it really hits home with our job. This is a necessity, and it's something that we have to be up on year-round. And you know, unfortunately at our base we don't have a pit to do this, so when we come out here it's great to have a group of guys that take you under your wing. It's like a brotherhood, you know. Burning once a year for our requirement and coming here and working with individuals who do it day in and day out is, you know, awesome. It's something you can't get on a normal basis. It's great.
Combat camera is vital to the mission. We are the eyes and ears of the military. We provide the information to the commanders because they can't be everywhere all at once. So we give them a visual and audio experience of being there in the field. While a global medic, we documented the successes and challenges so that the commanders can make the proper adjustments and assessments so that they can ensure real-world mission success.
The AAT provides control of the air-evac crews as well as provide the ground support to get the air-evac crews out to the aircraft and back. I've never done this from the ground up. I've run an AAT for several years, and members that are deployed here have all worked together very well. They've all jumped in, had a great attitude. I'd fly anywhere with them.
IED explosion. At this time, he does not have shortness of breath. He does have an open and patent airway.
Yes, notional sea collar.
Okay.
Huh? Oh, severe pelvic pain and our pressure dropping.
Okay, he was complaining.
We have no other sign of blood loss anywhere.
Okay.
There's no obvious
Anything
bleeding.
for pain management?
We deployed it in this setting, and the Army has stepped up and provided us medics. And we're actually really enjoying this training opportunity because we're training side by side with our Army brethren inside the CASA. Currently, we're preparing for a flight coming in, and we will be transferring, I believe, about 15, 16 patients out to a higher level of care.
Now that we embedded the Global Medic into the exercise and the Air Force is included, we actually have C-130 landing on the airstrip, and all the Army guys who never seen this before or hasn't been deployed, this is, to them, this is like the closest to being deployed.
Just want to make sure that we continue to expand our relationships with our sister services. I want to make sure that when soldiers and airmen and Marines and sailors come here, they walk away with the feeling that they actually got something out of it. This wasn't 2 weeks out of their life that they'll never get back, and it was a waste of their time. Ultimately, again, our goal is to get soldiers trained so we can save lives when they get into theater.
We're working with the Army very closely in an environment that we're going to see out in the field. The joint experience here is really great. It's invaluable for our airmen and for the Army that we work with. The coordination that occurs before the patients even arrive is critical. Knowing what's there and knowing what to expect and knowing what kind of communication is necessary from both sides, both from the Army side and from the Air Force side. That kind of experience is going to be great when our folks deploy.
Breathe. Can't breathe. Get the BVM. So let's be thinking in terms of respiratory arrest and halon exposure. And we can start him up sitting down, but we're going to do that. Yep, BVM's coming. Slowly. Just slide him down. Slide him down. Watch his head and neck, head and neck, C-spine, good. Okay. All right.
We need this all coming. Okay. What else do you need?
What else do you need?
Extension tubing. Y'all got it?
I'm a flight nurse on the C-130s, and I maintain continuity of care for them from the AOR and to the higher echelon of care. The participation in the exercise, being up in the air, taking care of patients, taking care of potential emergencies, being able to be downrange, it gives me a little bit more perspective of what to expect.
Airway. We need
There you go.
airway.
There you go.
Just get an airway. Do you want suction? Airway. Somebody want to left? No.
I've got a gentleman approximately 40 years of age in acute respiratory arrest around. We've got IV access.
When we do our air medical readiness missions, usually on our UTA weekend with our units back home, we don't get to do as much training. It was very helpful for me to get to do the hands-on on the aircraft. I'm still brand new. I've only been qualified for about 2 months, and this was my second actual training mission in the air. So being able to actually fly on the aircraft and not only do static missions helps tremendously.
We were also able to get the nurse on headset with the aircraft pilot, and we were able to divert from our original landing to our new landing point as emergency.
The Army Reserve is looking to develop a joint task force associated with Global Medic and Warex so that we can have, from the general officer level on down, working as part of the training exercise, and we're looking forward to developing that as part of the joint accreditation piece.
The primary purpose of what we do here is to save lives. We've already got our survival rate up well into the 90th percentile range. So these kind of exercises will help us increase that survival rate so that we bring our airmen, our soldiers, our Marines home safe and sound.